Alright, so as you've probably been able to tell from some of my other videos, I am kind of obsessed with building clocks in Minecraft. And so to this end, I have been doing a lot of thinking about how I can make my redstone loops for my clocks smaller. This is how I did the one for both the clocks. You see the one that just goes around 5 times and counts, and the LCD one in the multiplayer server. It's a loop that has the exact number of ticks I need between, in this case, between dips in this one's power. So if I needed an 80 tick loop like I have here, then every 80 ticks this power dips for just a second and comes back up. It works, but it's big. This was how I originally had it designed. This cuts this down to only 40 ticks in the actual loop, but it stays off for 40 and on for 40, meaning it has a total of 80 ticks in the loop. This is good because it saves a little bit of space, but it does present an issue in the way that I built my clock, in that this stays off for a long time, meaning I would need to put a lot of repeaters in every stage of the clock, which is not exactly ideal. But Pistons add a new world of possibilities that, to be frank, I hadn't even noticed. All credit to noticing this one goes to my dad, who suggested this. So I have the exact same thing as before, except over here, where it would normally go into a, what would you call it? Where it would normally go and just loop back around and into here, it goes into this, which allows for 6 ticks. That allows for this to be off for 6 ticks, and then it pushes this in front, breaking the contact with the redstone without actually breaking any of the redstone. That means that this is only off for 6 ticks, even though you're still getting the full 80 ticks. Basically meaning instead of off for 40, on for 40 like this one, this is off for 6, on for 74, which makes for a much more manageable signal running through. Now, I took this and I decided to take it one step further, which for something this size really kind of wastes redstone more than it saves it, but for something the size of, say, my 1-minute clock, this could save quite a bit of space on redstone. Or definitely quite a bit of redstone, the raw resource anyway. Okay, so this right here would just be 20 ticks on its own. If it were like that first loop, you know, just a short signal. Adding this bumps it up to 40 ticks, but I needed it to be up to 80. So what I did was I plugged it into a T flip-flop. Yeah. Like I said, this doesn't really save space in a loop this small, but if I were making a huge loop like the other one, this would allow me to cut what was once a 150 redstone repeater loop down to 38. And then, obviously, because this is producing quite a long signal, I have the same thing set up here at the end to ensure that my end signal is only about 6. Actually, here I think I have it set to 7 ticks. Yeah. So that means that this is only only turned off for 7 ticks, making it a manageable signal for my clocks. And like I said, my dad is the one who gave me the idea for this. He says that in the things he's seen it used, this is used to detect whether there's a block in front of this, in front of the, what do you call it, piston, because it breaks a signal and detects if there's a block there. But I think this is much more useful as a redstone signal limiter. And that's about all I had to show, but I thought it was a fairly decent introduction to what I think pistons can bring to clocks. And that's all from me. This is Keenlinar, signing off.